Benedetta. Good thing though for the lineup of Falcons MENA. You know what I see? Calculated chaos, man. A lot of things could go wrong here for VSG if they are not careful. This is the first series of the day in the second day of our group stage. The home ground heroes, Falcons MENA, up against EEC Ace VSG. Who will be able to take it? Let's go to our casters.
What's up, guys? Thanks for the throw. We're entering the land of dawn. This is day number 2 of the MWI. This is Trex here along with Mirko on the desk. And so far, the picks have not disappointed, Mirko. Right now, we got a jungle Benedetta on the side of VSG.
Yeah, a debut pick onto Benedetta. Something that we were expecting kinda yesterday. Maybe it's gonna show up, but definitely not as a jungler, right? So this is already something new that's technically old too, because back in the day when Benedetta got released, we saw a whole lot of the Benedetta jungle, and I'm glad to see that Kyoe is on this Benedetta. We'll get to see exactly how they utilize this. Seems like for Fevin and you in the mid lane, looking to go for the Lethal Wanderer. This is one of the advantages you have on the Zosk. You have so much zoning power, and just like that, they secure the Lethal Wanderer.
I mean, the Zosk, we saw it a little bit yesterday. There's been whispers, there's been rumors of it possibly entering into the Lambadon, but a little bit of damage in the mid side.
Onward and the Earth Shatter coming down. Synchro trying to deal some damage there with the flare, bringing him back straight into it. UE flickering out, but Synchro chases all the way under the turret to pick up first blood.
So first blood for VSG. Victory Song Gamer securing a nice early on lead. This is going to send UE back. It's going to give them a little bit of an advantage of the mid lane, possibly able to rotate a little bit faster around. We got 30 seconds on the clock until Turtle. Taking a look at some of these compositions, I like what Victory Song Gamers is bringing for game number 1. You spice it up a little bit with the Benedetta. You have some quick rotations. You still have that bulky front line with the Minotaur and the Ruby in the EXP lane. So just a lot of possibilities from this composition.
My concern early on the Benedetta is the fact that, you know, how fast does the Benedetta clear in the jungle? And so far, he's actually doing a really good job. Able to clear it as fast as Electa on the Julian. They're both technically on very similar levels here, but up top, again, thrown back there. Pops the Vengeance. Velvet still able to survive for a bit, but will not have a big resource. Up brought back again straight into Minion, who's going to be able to dish out some damage. Donra Wolfgang, another CC back into the I'm Offended. Juicin
Is juicing right now. Getting everything out of these first few minutes. It's only 2.5 in. It's 3 kills for VSG. And not to mention 2 of those kills going to the Ruby, who sometimes has a bit of a slow start, but in the EXP lane, this Ruby's going to be so... Oh my god, another one.
Again, pulled back. She might be able to get another. But Fevin is able to space out in time. Neutral objective number 1 taken for free. And it seems like, at least for Team Falcons MENA, they have a way to actually trade it out. Right? Electa was able to go into the bottom side again, can get caught, forced to use the sword to escape, and now we really get to see the power of this Juicin pick.
Yeah, I feel like no one's played it this aggressive just yet. The way that Synchro's playing it almost like a Lilia, just in their face, zoning them back with that skill. Synchro really showing how it's done right now. And it's exciting to see because we kind of questioned this hero. We wondered how it was going to be able to be played. And I think it's going to work also well against the composition that Team Falcons MENA has brought. Seeing the Julian, yes, there's some dashes away, but still it is not an extreme, like it's mobile in team fights, but when it comes to just moving around the map, as long as Synchro has this lead, can definitely use it to zone away some of these heroes.
No, I think we heard earlier from the analyst, right? Because from what we've seen, yeah, Juicin does get, you know, needs some time. Kaylee with a flicker forward. Midas Fury names able to displace himself, but look at that. The chain CC straight into the Zaman Force and the Synchro Fission. Rian able to pick up the kill under the turret. 4-0 VSG.
The rotations right now, they're just going from top to bottom, clearing mid, keeping it simple, never too, you know, they're not just staying in mid lane, right? Synchro is all over the place. Her and Gay Lee right now are everywhere, and more damage on the bot. Velvet gonna go down. That is 5-0, already a 2,000 gold lead.
I don't think Minion even got an assist there. Did she get an assist? It almost seems like Kyoe was able to burst Velvet down all alone, even with the Vengeance. So the lethal ignition on the Benedetta bottom lane. Still, Rian able to pick up that gold crab here. His name's on the Clint. You expect the Clint to actually be able to dish out some damage. You can see again just how much pressure Synchro can put on to Yui. Minion rotating forward over on Wolf King, and I'm offended, but Yui is able to flicker out in time now. Earth Shatter flicker combo straight into the Primal Wrap, but it's under the turret. No, Saman forced to play with the quick draw. Rian still able to escape. Gaily rotating forward, able to disengage and save Rian.
Beautiful timing from Gaily there. Beautiful play from Rian, but we're starting to see MENA kind of pick up the pace a little bit, look for picks of their own. Now it's first turtle. Team Falcon's MENA probably not even going to want to contest this. They're too far behind. Taking a look at some of the heroes, at some of these girls, Electa, Fevin, both deathless right now, and I think they're going to need to step up the pace. They're going to need to look for something. We do see the Sky Piercer come in for Kyoei.
Uh-oh. No flicker. Minus Fury knocking, straight into the blades. Kyoei able to take the kill, now going in with a final blow as well. Knocking him down, Kyoei picking up the execute on the Sky Piercer. Dominator's Ascent to try to chase him down, but really for Yui, they can't really go for the chase, not at all.
Perfect timing for a gank like that. Right when she gets the Sky Piercer, let's go in, pick up a couple kills, get some stacks on there, get under the tower, super aggressive. They get the knockup. You get the ultimate with Synchro. I mean, just the way that VSG is moving around the map right now as a group, looking for their picks, but still controlling their lane, still making sure they're getting their minions. They look like pros right now.
They are, right? I mean, just looking at how they're able to path around the map. Gaily again, just trying to sandwich names. It's very hard for Clint now. If Clint falls behind in the early game, now again, Rian just jumping forward into the knockup now. Names forced to flicker just as she gets it back up. And she loses a turret. Tier 1 in the bottom lane. No trades for now. They were able to get a turret down below before, so technically it's now back to equal on turrets. But if you take a look at the gold lead, tells you a whole different story.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about VSG because of how well they have been doing. Team Falcon's MENA, what is the win con at this point? They do have the Clint. They got to kind of get into some late game territory. Because he took those 2 deaths, it's going to be a while. Without any crowd control in the EXP lane, like I said, a lot of things come down to Fevin and Electa to pop off.
Earth Shatter now with a Minute Fury, and I'm offended, knocking 4 members straight into them. Now with the damage, Crimson Beacon, AoE, Velvet going to be caught, thrown back again. Synchro able to flicker out with a double kill now, and look at the rotation coming from Minion. Going for the dome run, Wolf King, but still with the enhanced sword. Electa able to outplay and getting that one last hit to shut Synchro down.
The tables have turned. Falcon MENA back into the game, and as I said, Electa being deathless, it's at some point you gotta hit the power spike. At some point you gotta roll the dice, and Electa did it and came out on top. They're gonna be able to get a tower out of this. They're gonna be able to get some movement out of this, and look at names as well, keeping a good position back. And at some point Electa knows, okay, they're low, I have the skills, I can make the full engage. Cinco should have probably tucked tail and run here, but the engage, the chains, they get it. He even forces it in, and before he gets tossed up and thrown away, he gets the final shot to lock in that final kill. So now, top tier 3 down for VSG, but in the boss side, we have seen VSG take the whole bot lane, which is going to be huge for them.
You see the reaction though, straight up. I mean, you saw Synchro, he was like, all right, we got a double, we got a few kills, but that's definitely what they did not expect that for sure. Kyoei taking a whole lot of punishment, and now you can really see that power spike for names on the Clint. Mid-game. When you get some of these items for the Clint, I think it's like 2-3 items, that's when you really start to deal damage. On top of that, there's going to be problems for VSG when they try to dive. That's an interesting interaction. I did not know that was a thing. You can actually pick up the little Johnny boy of Zask, throw it away.
Throw it.
Yeah, you can throw it away. So
pick up Johnny boy.
Exactly. Oh, right here. Vengeance used up already. Baits out a massive ability onward. Oh, bring it Synchro back again. But Miss Fury comes down. That's a 3-man knockup. Straight into damage. There's able from Mina, and straight into the final blow. Well played, VSG. Picks up the fight, and now it's just names who gets obliterated by Kyoei as she picks up a triple.
That's a 5-man knockout. Now you see him, now you don't. Victory Song Gamers. Gaily with such a beautiful response. That fight looked like it was in Team Falcon's MENA's hands. A nice Earthshaker just to try to pick one off, but Gaily comes in, gets him in Owen's Fury, combos it up with another knockup onto 3. I mean, just monstrous right now. The comms from this team are off the charts.
They're a great team fighting team, but also it just seems like they're a band because they know exactly how to play the song, the victory song. Kaylee with the drum smacking down and straight into that beautiful orchestra of abilities. Now, Feb gonna be caught, still able to pop in the primal rat, deal some damage, Kyoe in the back, able to survive. Meanwhile, Rian is gonna be taken down under the turret, taking too much punishment from that tier 2. And VSG, they fall back for now. They lose one member. It's a gold lane. But still for Kyoe, she's eating real good. Now in the enemy jungle, 2,000 gold ahead of Electa.
Okay, what's going to be big for Team Falcon's MENA here is luckily Names is not too far behind. It's only 800 gold. Looks like we're now getting into that Malefic Roar, and I think once she gets that third item in, and she can stay in that box, which is kind of what Team Falcon's MENA has built here. You have the Zask who can zone away, you have Fevin who can get some CC, you have Electa who can do a bit of damage, but as long as Names can stay in a good spot, we're starting to see the damage come out. And Victory Song gamers, if they want to win this, they have to be careful of how they approach these big pushes, because once they get into the bottleneck of those inhibitors, that's where it's dangerous. That's where Names can really just kind of huddle down and get a lot of free shots off.
And now it should be for free here. Team Falcon's MENA, they're way too behind to actually contest for this Lord. It's the first Lord of the game. Technically, if you take a look at Team Falcon's MENA's composition, they still got a lot of good wave clear, right? They got that Zask, they have the Clint as well, so it's a good decision by them to leave this two Victory Song gamers, not really go for the contest. Because for VSG, I think at this point of the game, it's the way that they can actually bait these members out of Team Falcon's MENA outside of the base, because I think for Team Falcon's MENA, that's their key win condition. They need to stay in their base, they need to play with their range, and they need to bait out some of these big abilities from VSG.
All right, now, Ward's going to be coming soon. I think if they can get 2 inhibitors out of this, it's a huge win. They don't have to finish things now. With Names finally getting in some of those third items, it's going to be, they should be able to clear fast. We're already seeing the Lord getting melted down.
With the first Lord, now it's a Monforce popped in. Rian doing some damage onto the base turret. Electa walking up, able to get out with the enhanced sword. You can see that the wave clear is still there. They're still able to defend for the base turret at least now. But there is going to be another big minion wave coming down. Still buffed by the Lord. Electa standing forward there. Trying to go for the knockup there. Synchro with the Lantern. Unable to go for it. Now Min and I'm offended. Not connecting. Earth Shatter and the Flicker combo. Turning the onward, but now it's going to the Crimson. Blast into the back. Kaylee also with his Fury straight into the damage once again. Min survives. Rian picks up a kill, and now it's just Velvet. And Names left to defend. Velvet taking down Kyoe. An absolute beast of an assassin on the Benedetta. Names, one cowboy versus 5 Victory Song gamers, and you can hear the drums of victory, you can hear the song. They're gonna go straight for the base, pick them up, throw them back, and then execute her in the base. That's game number 1 for VSG.
Execution is a perfect